I've lost count to the amount of times people have stopped me to ask about this car, my Integra Type S. And honestly, it turns heads wherever I go. So in this video, I'm going to tell you exactly why. And I'm also going to show you how you can get your car looking just as good. So that way you can turn heads too. But first, my name is John with Blackbird Productions, and I create videos like this every month, just talking about my Integra Type S ownership experience. I've actually started putting these videos into a playlist, so if you want to start from A to Z, if I can put it in a card somewhere above here, I'll put it there. If not, I'll just reference my previous video. You can watch that. But ultimately, just know that there's a playlist available, and if you want to start from when I first got this car to now, you can view that. But aside from that, I also create car reviews every month. You can view my latest car review in a card somewhere above here. So if you love cars as much as I do, definitely consider subscribing, and don't forget to leave a like on the video. Definitely helps me out, and it also helps out those who are interested in learning a little bit more about the Integra Type S. So with that, let's get your car turning heads just like mine. And before we start, there are two prerequisites you need to follow if you want your car to look just as good as mine. And if you ignore them, you can ruin the entire look of your car. First and foremost, do not rice out your car. There are definitely JDM cars that can pull off wild aero, flashy add-ons, and aggressive cosmetic mods, but this isn't one of them. The Integra Type S specifically already comes aggressive straight from the factory. That's why I've kept mine very close to OEM, and in my opinion, that's how this car should be modified. Now, as I kind of hinted, results may vary. You might find that putting on some additional aero mods or like carbon fiber and stuff like that on your specific car might be better, but it all just depends on your taste and what the broader community is doing with that car. But ultimately, if you're gonna modify your car, make it look like it came from the factory. Every single mod should feel OEM plus. And if someone has to ask you whether it's stock or not, you did the right thing. Now, the second prerequisite is a little less exciting, but I promise it's still important. And it's pretty simple. Avoid automated car washes at all costs. If your car is freshly painted, detailed, or God forbid you have paint protection film on the car and you go through a car washing tunnel, an automated car wash, it will completely ruin whatever you have on that car. The brushes and microfiber strips that are used to collect dirt from every vehicle that goes through these car washing tunnels, especially trucks caked in mud, will essentially just get dragged across your paint. And that's how you end up with swirl marks and fine scratches. Instead, go with a coin-operated wash or a fully touchless wash with no brushes, just a high-powered hose. After those prerequisites, the next thing I would consider is a high-quality paint protection film. For my car, I went with XPEL Ultimate Plus, which is one of their top tier films. It's self-healing, non-yellowing, it's pretty much got everything. And it's built specifically to absorb the day-to-day abuse that you get from these Texas roads especially. And on my car, I had the entire front end and the mirror caps wrapped, since those are the most high impact areas. And yes, I had it professionally installed. Which brings me to something just as important as the film itself, the shop. When you're shopping for PPF, don't just research the product, research the installer as well, especially with brands like XPEL. Many great shops are certified dealers of XPEL, and I think that matters personally. Now, can a non-certified shop technically install it? Yes, but execution is everything with PPF, and if it's not done right, you'll see seams, lifting corners, or premature wear. So my advice is just to look for experience. I'd say 10 years minimum with maybe 15 to 30 years of experience. You want to find a shop that's been around for a long time, or at the least someone who has been doing PPF for a very, very long time. Because some shops will advertise that they have PPF installers and stuff like that, and it'll say like the shop actually does XPEL paint film, but the person that they delegate to doing that PPF may not necessarily have the experience. Because ultimately, once PPF is installed, if it's done poorly, you're either living with it or you're paying to redo it. And personally, I would rather do it right the first time. And just for reference, for the front and mirror caps on my car, that ran about $2,800. So yes, you're talking thousands of dollars for wrapping an entire car. But the trade-off is that you get peace of mind. Now, is paint protection film invincible? No. A hard enough rock can still penetrate it, but most road rash, swirl marks, and light scratches never make it to your actual paint. And if your goal is to turn heads wherever you go, the paint has to be flawless. And this is one of the ways that you can keep it that way. Now I want to talk about where the magic happens. But before I do that, if you're liking the video so far, leave a like below and also consider subscribing. Like I said, I create videos like this every month, just talking about my Integra Type S ownership experience. So if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely consider subscribing to the channel, and thank you in advance. All right, so let's talk about washing and waxing. And honestly, this is probably the most fun part for me. Washing and waxing this car never gets old. Every time I finish, it still feels brand new again. And that's what people notice. Now, like I mentioned earlier, I do not go to automated car washes, period, ever. Since I live in an apartment complex, I don't have the luxury of having just like a full driveway setup where I can hose down the car and use like proper tools. So I go to a coin wash. And it usually runs me anywhere between $2.50 to $5, depending on how dirty the car is. It's also very easy to wash too with the wax that I put on this car, because the water just beads right off and you just kind of like wipe it off. This wax also helps the car keep its shine between washes as well. So for wax, I use Soft 99's Fuso Coat. And this is hands down the best wax I've put on any car, and I've been using it for years. After trying all those other ones out there like Turtle Wax, Armor All, and all those other cheap ones that you can find at Walmart. And yes, it does cost more than those other ones out there, but the gloss finish that you get from this combined with the water beading capabilities is unmatched compared to everything else out there. I'm gonna leave a link to this in the description so that way you can pick up a bottle for yourself. A lot of those links in the description will be affiliate links, so they will help the channel and I'll get a small commission from those if you do decide to buy something. For the paint protection film, I keep it simple and I actually use Expel's Detailer Spray. You can find this on Amazon for like $15. So it's pretty inexpensive. It helps getting dust off of the paint protection film as well as just grime and bugs and stuff like that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily help with bugs, but it helps just kind of keep the surface area clean. And it works pretty well between washes. For the glass, I also like to keep it simple. I actually have Rain-X here, and I've been using this across many cars for multiple years, just like the Fuso Coat wax. I've never had an issue with this specific window cleaner, but some people have, and when using something like this on, say, the windshield, some people say it messes up their wiper blades and it actually makes the wiper blades chatter when you're actually using them. I also heard when you put this on windows and you roll down the window actually starts squeaking. I've never experienced that on any car that I've owned. So honestly, I think it might be a myth, but I could be wrong. You guys can let me know in the comments, but I haven't had any issue using this. Now for bugs and road grime, I use this. It's Mother's Bug and Tar Remover. I've used this for about the last year and a half or so. And it was actually hard finding a good solid bug and tar remover just because I have paint protection film and not a lot of these are compatible with that because they actually dissolve away the finish of the paint protection film, and some actually also eat into it because some of these are acidic, but this one is safe on paint protection film, which is one of the reasons why I bought it. This is also pretty inexpensive and I think you can get it from Amazon for like $10. Aside from that, I feel like it works pretty well. When you spray it on, it actually foams up, so you actually kind of see it in action as you're spraying it on the car. And it works well for not just paint protection film, but pretty much every surface of the car. And for that reason, this makes a solid tool in my arsenal of detailing products. And then finally, for light touch-up things, I use Adam's waterless wash. And this is actually one that I found out about on Reddit. Because I actually follow r/detailing. I think it's r/car detailing or something like that, where people just like nerd out about just like detailing cars. And this is by far the best waterless wash I have ever used. It's also inexpensive and you can get it from Amazon. Now on the instructions, it says that you have to use like some sort of like damp towel or something like that and then apply this on, but I've applied this on dry and I have had no issues, no streaking or anything like that, just based on the method that I use to apply stuff like this, which I'll talk about in a second. But I've never had an issue with this and it works very well just cleaning up the car between washes. So if there's just like a quick little layer of dust on a panel or something like that, I can use this to get that off. I wouldn't actually wash the entire car with this though, just because you'd run out of the bottle very quickly. And speaking of applying things on stuff, this is one of the towels that I use to detail my car. Well, to put waxes and things like that on it. And this is a Rag Company towel. That's actually the name of the company, Rag Company. They make very quality towels, just because if you're gonna get a quality wax, you might as well just get a quality towel as well. And I think that's equally important because it eliminates streaking. So you don't want a bad towel just streaking or anything like that across your panels. So that's why I got these, and I think these are like $30. They come in like a pair of 5 or 6, something like that. But how I do it is the towel actually comes like this, and what I do is I fold it into 4 quadrants like this. And what I do is I put the solution that I'm going to place on the car on one side, and on the other side, I buff it out. And then if one side gets dirty, I can just fold it in half again like this, and then use the other side. And if that side gets dirty, I could actually fold the entire towel the opposite way. And it just saves like a lot of time, just getting new towels, washing towels and stuff like that. So it's like a neat little trick that I learned on another YouTube video. If I can find it, I'll link it below, but it's really cool. And I love these towels. They're very plush and they're quality, which is what you need when you want your car to look flawless. So after I finish washing the car, I'll obviously dry it with a towel. The towel is just too big to show in this frame, but it's actually called the Gauntlet, and it's another towel that is made by Rag Company. I'll provide all of this stuff below in the description, so that way you can check it out for yourself. So those are all the products that I use to keep my car looking good every day. If there's something that you use that I may have not mentioned in this video, definitely leave it in the comments below. I would love to know. But aside from that, thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, definitely feel free to leave a like on this video and also consider subscribing. I would definitely appreciate it. With that, this has been John with Blackbird Productions. Thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.